Amber Hawkins, your computer needs at Toledo LLC, celebrating year number 15 of computer training and more that comes to you. Make sure you go to yourcomputerneeds.net for all the information. So glad to come before you with the 31 days of your computer needs at Toledo LLC going live. Well, the first day actually was the watch party that's kind of sort of going live. But here I am again, and I won't be before you long. Trying not to be here before you long. For anybody who has seen a lot of my lives, you know how that goes. But I'm going to make sure I stick with my guns this time. Make sure that by this Monday, you take advantage of all the specials, because come Monday, 2020 rates go into effect. I want to make sure that you still knew that. I've been mentioning it many times, but they actually will go into effect this coming Monday. So take advantage of all the specials as far as computer training, consulting, speaking engagements where I speak on computer topics and trends and the like. If you need more information, call or text to 419-304-4564. Once again, 419-304-4564. Let's get into this. I just want to mention quickly, because I actually haven't done this type of topic before. I've spoken about pieces here and there throughout time, but I want to concentrate this time on what a lot of people don't understand about the computer industry. I could do a series on this, really, and I may do it one day, but I just want to touch on a couple of things. One of the things a lot of people do not understand about the computer industry is that if you are a person who says that you are part of the computer industry, you know everything about computers. Not necessarily, because you have to understand that although the computer industry is considered a broad industry, it's really an industry that has a lot of specializations. Not everyone in the computer industry does the same thing someone else does. To the one person joining, thank you very much. I greatly appreciate you. In the comments, let me know if you can hear me or not, because I want to make sure you do hear me. I want to say that there are those in the computer industry that have specialties as far as the information technology side of things. There are those in the computer industry as far as the training. There are those in the computer industry as far as what would be considered the network administration. There are those in the computer industry that deal more with the nuances as far as the repair, construction of computers. Now, we all began where we had to know what the computer was and what it was about, but up to a certain point. There are those who are around in the arena that I am, where we got to the point where we deal with anything from the beginning of what is a computer, what the computer is about, to any software programs that we have the expertise in as far as training is concerned. There are those in the computer industry that went further beyond that into where their concentration wasn't as far as training is concerned. Their specification was as far as knowing what the components are inside of a computer. There are those who went along that realm, but went another direction as far as the specialty, as far as making sure that on the disk operation side, the DOS side, that whatever's typed in, I'll put it this way. whatever functionalities that are supposed to be done when you do something. Let's say click on the space bar, that whatever the command is, it does what it's supposed to say. If it doesn't, they got to go back inside the language of whatever they use to create the command and find out why it didn't function the way that it functioned. I want to go in this route as far as on the software side of things. Now, for me, my specialty is customized computer training and consulting in the aspect of the Microsoft Office suite, Microsoft Word, PowerPoint, Excel, Access, Outlook, and Publisher. I have to let people know with Access, there are actually two different software programs of Access. There's Access where it's similar in some ways and in many ways to Excel, although it does have its own special functionalities. And then there's the side of Access in which deals more with how the operations and the functionalities go in network administration. So I have to let people know that when it comes to Access. I always have to tell them, no, I don't know the Access as far as network administration. I know the Access as far as Access with having a few similarities to Excel. I have to let people know when I talk about training and software programs. I know all the software programs. No, I do not know all of the software programs. A couple weeks ago, I had someone, when I mentioned that I did computer training and consulting, thought I knew about, I believe it was Pantheon, if I remember correctly, that particular software. No, I don't know anything about Pantheon. Let me make sure that's clear. I want to say that what happened was, though I couldn't help her, I wanted to make sure that this person got the help that they needed, so I checked on YouTube to see if there was anything as far as Pantheon training, found the link, and made sure I shared it with her. I need to specify that I am asked actually this question a lot as far as the knowledge of computers. Oh, can you design my website for me? I have. Yeah. Well, people say if I had $1 for every whatever, I'd be rich. It's not even $1. If I had 50 cents for every time anybody asks me as far as designing websites, I would be a rich woman. But let me make it clear now. As far as websites, I do, and I tell people, you will have a website that is your basic foundational, its functionality is going to make sure it looks clean and that it is designed to be, user and mobile friendly. Basically, if you are a person who needs a website design and you want all the bells and whistles and this and that and so on and so forth, I can refer you to someone. That's not my specialty. I have that skill set, but that's not my specialty. I, as far as that realm, would rather refer somebody to get their websites done instead of me doing it myself. Now, I don't mind. I have done websites, don't get me wrong, and I love to do them. However, there are some aspects of website design, management, maintenance that I know people who are more skilled than I am when it comes to that. That's the reason why I am more comfortable referring people to that. Let's talk about as far as fixing computers are concerned. I let people know I have level 1 computer troubleshooting. That does not mean that I know all of what it takes to fix a computer. That was not my training. I can do computer troubleshooting up to a point. If it's beyond my level, if it's beyond my skill set, I would rather refer you to someone than for me to try to tinker with it. It is an investment in which it has to be done carefully, and you have to have the training, the know-how, and the skill set in order to honestly fix computers or any other devices. How you fix, let's say, one brand of computer doesn't necessarily mean that it's what's required to fix another one. For instance, how a personal computer needs to be fixed is not necessarily the same on how an Apple laptop needs to be fixed. They all have their different components. They all have different designs as far as how their motherboards and everything are inside. I use a technical term uh, actually on purpose because that's one of the terms as far as the computer industry. But in layman's terms, the motherboard is basically the foundation of everything inside the computer that helps the computer work. I'm going to put it that way. I want to finally go in this direction as far as what a lot of people don't know about computers is that the computer industry is not an industry that stands still. A lot of people really do not understand that. That's why many times I say everything from being warranties. There's that word again. They say that woman always talks about warranties all the time. Why? Believe me, I have helped people and I have seen people experience what happens when they don't have warranties. The computer industry is this type of industry, an industry in which updates, upgrades, advances, takes away, reinvents, add on, and forge ahead. Updates as far as designs, for instance. Upgrades as far as designs, for instance. How devices are designed now are not the same as they've been, created or whatever the case may be 5, 10, even a year ago, even 20 years ago. The designs of many devices are different than they are now. I'm saying devices more because we have everything and a lot of things that are computerized now. You have specific machines that are more computerized. Even let's say your TVs, they're called smart TVs now that are computerized. You have, let me use for instance, this is a remote, all-in-one remote here. Even that has, a form of being computerized. Well, look at the design of it for one thing. I mean, how it's designed now is different than how remotes were designed 10 years ago. Even something as simple as that. The buttons that are on remotes now are not the same buttons that were on remotes 5 years ago. Getting the help that you need to troubleshoot your computers, that's different now than it was decades ago. I let people know all the time. You have to have a warranty in order to get the help that you need for your computer troubleshooting. You call these companies these days, the first thing or one of the first questions they're going to ask is, do you have a warranty? And if your answer is no, you either will not be helped or you're going to have to pay first before you get serviced. More money. I'm going to be concluding soon. Let me get to, I'll say that's the A part. Let me get to the B part. The B part is if you're going to keep your devices, you need to make sure you find someone who specializes in whatever device you have, even whatever software you have, if it's older software. And if you plan to keep your machine, and if you plan to still keep Windows 7, because support and updates are going to end January 14, 2020, which is not too far away from now, you're going to have to find someone who specializes in troubleshooting for Windows 7. If you find anyone who has a specialty, get ready to pay specialty cost. You have an older, actually, let me make this C. You have an older computer, you call the company, and they're going to let you know we only help models and only help troubleshoot any devices that may be a year or two old. If your device is 5, 10 years old, you might not be helped. You're going to have to research and search for a company or an individual who has experience and is certified. I always say that will help you with that. Expect to pay more of a cost. Come February, come March, come April of this year, and even next to, that's another vacation, and actually my time is going to be up soon, but let me finish up. That come again February, March, or April, what advances are we going to see? Well, we'll have to wait and find out, because I guarantee you those advances will come forth. Any updates will come forth. Any upgrades will come forth. As far as technologies forging ahead, there might be a reflection of historical advances with technology, but it's just a look back. It's not staying back there. Advances in technology, computers, whatever other devices is ahead. That's why you have to have devices, desktops, laptops, smartphones, and the like that can handle those advances, that can handle those technologies. If you do not have it, you're going to be further behind than you think. And that will affect you greatly, more so than you think. Be you an individual, be you a small business, be you a mid-sized business, I should say, be you a large company, be you a nonprofit, be you a faith-based organization, and any other entities I didn't mention. If you have questions, 419-304-4564. Check me out. Also, Facebook, YCNOTLLC05. That's also the handle as far as Periscope, as far as LinkedIn, as far as YouTube, and also as far as Instagram. Amber Hawkins, your computer needs a Toledo LLC, celebrating year number 15 of computer training that more comes to you. I appreciate everyone who has joined me. If you're joining me during the replay, make sure you mention replay and say hello. And also, please help me share this video, because I will be sharing this out, because I feel this information is crucial for a lot of people to know. This video will also be placed in YouTube and LinkedIn and other social media outlets if your computer needs a Toledo LLC. Again, the handle YCNOTLLC05. I probably went over my time, but again, I want to make sure that the information being shared is of importance and that it needs to be shared. Have a great one, everybody. Enjoy your day. Enjoy your afternoon. Enjoy your evening. Bye-bye.